Canada, apparently they're throwing tariffs on manatee meat and bovine semen, which means The View is very unhappy.
It's not even that. And The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and the, was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly...
So like Whoopi came on The View all bossy thinking she owned the place, but Tyrus stayed calm and totally flipped the script. She threw her opinions everywhere, but he just dropped a few chill words and boom, her fire was gone. She went from loud to lost real quick, and by the end she looked so stunned while Tyrus sat there cool like he knew he just won the whole thing on live TV.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Well, not if you're Whoopi Goldberg, aka Karen Johnson. Yeah, who knew Whoopi was a Karen? I thought that was only for white people like Toyota Priuses and skiing. Roll it, Francis.
Good morning and welcome to The View. You all saw the news. Whoopi will be back here in 2 weeks. Okay?
It's so cute when one of their side gets punished. They sulk like they ran out of raw cookie dough in the green room.
So it all started when Tyrus calmly looked at Whoopi and dropped a truth bomb that shook the whole room, he said. Using feelings to shut people up isn't being brave, it's just manipulation, and everyone went silent like someone hit pause. Whoopi tried to keep her cool, but you could see she was totally thrown off, her words just vanished. Joy tried to crack a joke to save the moment, but it crashed. Bad. No laughs, no claps, just awkward quiet. Tyrus sat there chill, like he owned the stage, while Whoopi held her cup tight, looking like she wanted to disappear. The power had completely shifted, and everyone knew Tyrus just won without even raising his voice.
Yeah, ABC suspended Whoopi for 2 weeks because she said the Holocaust had nothing to do with race. She said this on a show called The View, which makes everything about race. Except now.
The Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
It's about a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, that's heroically stupid.
So the whole thing got even crazier when Tyrus dropped that line and the whole set went still, like nobody could breathe. Even the co-hosts looked shook. Sonny leaned back like, nope, not getting in that, and Sarah stared like she was watching a train wreck happen. Whoopi tried to throw one last emotional speech, but Tyrus just stayed calm and asked, isn't it tiring? Acting like feelings are facts? And wow, that hit her hard. She froze. Her face fell and you could tell she knew it was over. The audience sat there stuck between clapping or gasping. Her famous eye roll move came out, but it looked weak and fake. Tyrus didn't even need to gloat. He just sat there, chill, while she looked drained. By the time they went to break, you could see it clear as day. She was done and he still wasn't even finished yet.
So the problem is that you have to go after the racist people, and be the CEO goes, you know what, I'm not going to allow a woman on my show or man that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah, you know.
So when the cameras came back, it was like the air itself was buzzing. Whoopi tried to smile, but you could see it all over her face. She was embarrassed, mad, and totally thrown off. Then Tyrus hit again, saying, when you talk about unity but shut people up, you're not teaching, you're just begging for claps. And that line hit like thunder. Whoopi's whole act started falling apart right there. Joy tried to switch things up, but Tyrus wasn't playing. He kept dropping truth after truth and the room got heavy. You could see Sonny leaning back, Sarah staring straight ahead, and even Joy looking nervous. Whoopi sat clutching her cup like it could save her while Tyrus stayed calm, letting the silence do all the talking. His cool, steady voice carried more power than all her loud speeches, and everyone watching knew she had completely lost control of the moment.
Yesterday on The View, otherwise known as Hell's DMV, Whoopi Goldberg asked how much different are the values of the Trump administration from the Taliban?
We have a leader who has repeatedly demeaned women, wants to defund organizations that benefit women, calling on the media to shut up, specifically wants to give preferential treatment based on religion. Are these values really much different than the Taliban's?
Wow. Talk about groundbreaking to actually hear a celebrity say something mean about the Taliban. How dare they compare them to Trump? The Taliban should sue. Guess they ran out of Hitler analogies. So as they bash the president, I'm reminded how entertainers rarely express any rage over any strand of misogynist Islamism. If they did, we might take their rage toward Trump.
So Whoopi tried one last time to take control. She started talking louder, saying it's all about racism and how people need to fight it. But it sounded more like she was desperate to win than making a real point. Tyrus just sat there calm and dropped another truth, saying, if you really want to fix racism, start in your own space. Stop using double rules and calling it justice. And that line hit so hard, the crowd went still. Some people looked awkward, others couldn't look away. Whoopi blinked fast, trying to hold it together, but you could see she was done. She tried again, saying, you have to go after racist people, but her voice cracked and the words just fell apart. Tyrus didn't even raise his voice. He just calmly asked, what about the racist voices you let talk right here, the ones that mock white people and call it okay, that's not fairness, that's just being fake. And that was it. The moment she realized she couldn't win this one.
Out on The View, all right, talking about Latinos. Watch this, Tyrus.
Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the
misogyny.
border crisis is on their doorstep.
So
and they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
Misogyny and sexism.
Sure, all that, and the price of butter. Sonny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, asking that question, it might have been a closer election.
The whole place went dead quiet. Even the cameras felt like they didn't want to move. Whoopi glanced at the crowd hoping someone would clap, but nope, nothing. She sat there stiff holding her cup like it could save her, looking so done, like she just wanted the show to end, but Tyrus wasn't stopping. He asked, all calm, isn't it tiring? Acting like feelings are facts, and that hit her right in the heart. You could see it on her face, her eyes gave her away. Then he leaned in and said, people aren't scared of you, they're just tired of your double rules, and boom, that line finished it. Her power just vanished right there. Tyrus gave that little half smile like, yeah, it's over, and Whoopi tried to fire back, waving her hands all emotional, but it just looked like she was fighting a losing battle.
Not even that. In The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Yeah, broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was being...
Whoopi tried to talk again, but her words sounded empty, like she was just trying to grab back power that was already gone. Then Tyrus hit her with a calm, sharp line, saying, you can't change reality just because it makes you uncomfortable. And that one finished it. The whole panel froze. Sonny looked tense. Sarah looked like she wanted to sink into her chair, and even Joy, who's always loud, just sat there staring. Whoopi tried her usual hand wave move to brush it off, but it looked weak, like even she knew it was over. The control she used to have was gone for good. Tyrus leaned back all cool, letting the truth hang heavy in the air, and nobody dared to speak. The set that's usually full of noise was just silent, like everyone knew they'd just seen her fall apart right there.
Their brains are small. But who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sonny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't show.
What started as a normal talk on The View turned into total chaos. Whoopi had lost every bit of control, and Tyrus was running the show now calm and cool. Like always, his words cut through all her fake confidence. She tried to mumble something about tone and respect, but it sounded weak, like she just wanted to escape. Her big loud voice was gone and people watching could feel it. Tyrus kept going, saying respect doesn't mean you get a free pass from consequences. And when he said that while staring right at her, the room went dead silent. Whoopi looked around hoping someone would back her up, but nobody moved. Sunny stared away. Sarah stayed quiet, and even Joy kept her eyes down. No one wanted to touch it. The quiet got so heavy you could hear every tiny sound in the room, and it was clear to everyone watching Whoopi was done. Her hands clenched under the table, but there was nothing left for her to say.
So that makes Sunny Hostin, who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by the View's gravitational pull. All right, Kat, did you ever see such a group? It's amazing how Joy and Whoopi became the smart ones.
For me, the most shocking thing about the conversation was how truly boring it was. They're like, well, the cicadas, they're cicadas. Okay, but it was like every 100 years. No, it's every 17 years. Do you know how many Emmys this show had?
Whoopi sat there trying so hard to look unbothered, but her eyes were screaming tired, broken and done after so many years of calling the shots and running that table like a queen. She finally met someone who didn't bend or back off. Tyrus stayed calm, cool, and real, and every word he said stripped another layer off her image till the whole act just fell apart. The power she always carried around like armor was gone, and you could see it in how she sat clutching that cup like a lifeline. The studio felt weirdly quiet, like everyone knew they were watching something huge. ABC bosses were panicking behind the scenes trying to figure out how to spin it, and the producers were whispering about damage control. But deep down, they all knew this wasn't just a bad segment. This was the kind of TV moment that breaks the illusion completely when Whoopi finally came back. A few days later, she gave this long speech about growth and having hard talks, but people weren't feeling it. The crowd didn't clap, the internet didn't forgive, and the clips of her getting wrecked by Tyrus were everywhere, looping non-stop. Tyrus didn't shout, he didn't insult, he just exposed everything that was fake about her power in front of millions. And when that happened, there was no coming back from it. She didn't just lose a debate, she lost the crown she'd worn for years. And the scariest part was that silence at the end, because for once, daytime TV didn't cover the truth. It let it sit there raw and real for everyone to see. If you like that crazy moment, make sure to hit like and subscribe, because Jacob Reports always brings the hottest drama and real truth non-stop.